You have said, be we bold, giving me my claim. I love you, woman.
Poetry is the language of the gods. And no matter what you might consider divinity to be, divinity speaks in the language of poetry. And then religion comes along and messes it all up by pretending that the words spoken as poetry are somehow law. And they are not necessarily.
Maybe we marched it or maybe we prayed it, but the arc of the universe always is weighted to justice.
And as beings who depend to a certain extent on magical thinking to survive and get through and to honor ancestors, we like to believe that we can transcend mortality. And poetry and literature and language is one of the devices that we have developed as human beings that gives us a sense that we can transcend our mortality, that we can live beyond our own time.
Lost beliefs, don't make me wait too long for slavery and the devil to get me behind me.
Well, first of all, George Elliott Clarke, he sends me a batch of poems from a given poet to choose from. So he gives me a bit of liberty. He puts a little star by the ones he prefers that I do. I don't always listen to them. But I'm really looking for a poem just to start with that feels like it needs to be set to music. Not every poem to me equally needs it. Some of them are very freestanding. Some of them are about the art of poetry itself. When something leaps out at me or affects me emotionally, then I dive right in. And it just depends on the poem, the process from that point on. But I will say that I take my cues in terms of the style of the piece, the musical direction of it.
Out here, out here.
African cultures depended a lot on memory and on song and on chant, particularly for recording the history of the people, the history of the tribe. And so these became early forms of orature.
Different
Out here.
out here.
Once colonialism took hold, we were denied access to written script. And so that made orature that much more important as a way to communicate.
In the past, and finally I can truly breathe.